What's up, everyone? I am Magicide. Welcome back to our Geek Fest here playing Civ 5. It's been a couple of days. I don't remember exactly where we left off. Had a nice little long, relaxing weekend and been kind of slacking on my Civ 5 playthrough here. So let's get a bunch of it out of the way. I'm actually really hoping to finish this game up, and I think I'm going to install Civ 6 and start giving it a go. Because what I'm thinking for the future of my channel is that I'll just continue to do two different series for two different games at the same time. But one of them needs to be something that's feasibly shorter. Because my Crusader Kings 2 videos and future grand strategy titles are going to be quite long. Whereas my civilization-based ones are going to be a bit shorter. So let's go ahead and get started here. Looks like we can't steal from Byzantium anymore. Okay, so we already got that message before. Alright, so everything's looking pretty good. What my plan is, I've been thinking about this. The French down here are looking really weak. He's only got the one city, and I think we should start taking out the Polynesians pretty soon here. But we're a little... Actually, I think we can probably start to upgrade our ships. Jesus, they're expensive. Right. Yeah, let's get one caravel. Okay. So China is proselytizing really hard. And she's going after a lot of the city-states, apparently. And speaking of which, when it comes my turn again, we should probably take a look at our diplomacy overview, because I'm really actually kind of curious to find out. I think she went patronage, which would make sense. Alright, we got a great merchant. Fantastic. Alright, so China, she does indeed have patronage, and let's take a look at Taoism real quick. Okay, it doesn't look like she actually has the one religious tenet for the city-state opinion boost for having religion. Okay, so let's see here. We've got a great merchant and a great engineer. I'm going to save the great engineer so I can snipe one of the wonders. Let's go ahead and take care of our city here for a second. Let's go to produce, see what we can actually build here. So we're working on the East India Company. That's fine. You know, normally I really don't know where to put this guy. Probably here, because that'd be the only spot. Let's actually just go ahead and send him up that way anyways. And since we got our first caravel here, let's start exploring, do a little bit of fog busting here. I want to explore and figure out who the other civs are. And actually, since I have a caravel, I think I'll just explore up here. Okay, so it looks like France has another city down here. That's fine. And I believe I paid somebody to go to war. Whoa, we got a little bit of a weird stuff that's going on there. Okay, well, what are you doing here, Theodora?
Melima.
Okay, so she's already at war with the Polynesians. Let's take a look at China. See if we can get her to go to war with the Polynesians.
今天怎么样？继续。
They won't do it.
不行。
Declare war on... How about Napoleon? No?
不行。
Alright, very well. And looks like we're just gonna be sitting pretty here for a little while. I think what I may end up doing is I'll end up popping my great engineer on the Leaning Tower of Pizza. So we can get another great scientist. And as far as where I'm gonna put him, I'm thinking probably this farm grassland tile here. I was building ironworks there in York, but unfortunately, I think the one cargo ship that I had that was going there to help out with their production it was kaput. I think it was destroyed by raging barbarians or whatnot. Alright, so let's take a look here. See what's going on in this area. Okay, so we can't see their second city yet. The Aztecs. Interesting. So it looks like they're friends with Byzantium. And since we have our embassy exchange, they'll probably want to become our friends. Becoming friends with Mr. Montezuma here is always kind of a risky proposition because he's usually a troublemaker. I haven't really seen too much from him in this game. Need to start improving our money situation here. It's looking pretty abysmal. So I think we just we just finished building our East India Company, which is going to help us out big time. Okay, we got the Arabs.
مرحبا أيها العجمي أنا هارون الرشيد خليفة العرب.
Alright. How's our... Okay, so our happiness is doing okay. Otherwise, I was going to say we could trade our last crabs. Alright, let's throw you up there. Interesting. Looks like France actually has another city up here. Probably from that one time he went to war with the Polynesians. Let's see if we can do it again.
Bonjour.
Will you go to war with Kamehameha? You will not.
Bien sûr que non.
That's too bad. So the Polynesians aren't as big as I thought they would be. I was assuming that this island here would be bigger and that they would own a city down here, but it looks like France did a pretty good job of taking that out. Alright. That's good. So it looks like we're going to become friends with Monty. Byzantium and the Aztecs have now signed a research agreement. We need to get one of those. Okay, so since we can't get any more tech from... Or we can't get any tech from the Chinese... You know what? We're going to have you sit back in our capital in case somebody decides to try to rob our glorious technology. So that's going to help us out a little bit there with the money problem that I was having in the past. Okay, 16 turns. Yeah, we should probably keep it. I'm thinking we should probably do the aqueduct first. I want to get that university out of the way simply because I have the option of building the Oxford National Wonder. Even though I'm not gonna waste it yet, I still want the option there. What I'm doing now is I'm gonna save up some cash to get my only other trireme here. We're gonna upgrade it. And then I guess we're just going to have to sit around and save money to upgrade our galleasses into ships of the line. At least that's the plan for the moment. You know what? Let's actually go into our options. I'm always screwing around with the volume here. Let's turn up the ambiance a little bit in the sound effects. Maybe a little bit of the speech. There, that looks good. Okay, so we're gonna send our pikemen home. We don't really need him anymore, considering the fact that we have our caravel. We'll have a second caravel here in just a moment. As a matter of fact, we'll do that right now. We'll have him go west. And I'm not sure. Did I actually end up discovering... Okay, so there's one person left. Is there anybody else? No, there's two people. I wonder who they're going to be. Well, I've got the most amount of production. That's very promising. Alright, so we get our first... You know, since I'm not going for a cultural victory, I'm almost half tempted just to pop it for the culture boost. Boy, that would really help us out. I think we're going to do that. I'd rather have the culture bomb here so we can start getting some more social policies. And it looks like, okay, we got 3 turns left for that, so we need something quick and easy. Let's try to get a cargo ship out and about right now. That's pretty important because our production in York is abysmal. I wonder if that connects down there. Let's take a look. Alright, it does not. I just need one other person to go to a war with him. And then with China. China's my other one. She's actually probably my bigger target because of her proselytizing. Okay, if you send your guys over to... Oh, shit. Yep, China's going to be my target. Let's see if I have the option to...
今天怎么样？往下说。
We're going to publicly denounce her. Since she didn't actually convert my city, which is good, but since she didn't outright convert it, I don't have the option to actually chewing her ass for it. Alright, let's go down here. Let's take a look. Let's do some more fog busting. Looks like we got another city-state over there. Very well. Looks like our money situation here is definitely improved, which is a good sign. We're going to need that money to upgrade our galleasses in time. I'm not really focused on it too much yet, although I should really be pumping out my naval units so I can start taking over some other people's cities. Yeah, go fuck yourself, France. I don't really care that you're friends with China. You know, I'm wondering if the Aztecs will become my friend. I should probably actually hit Montezuma up. Let's do that. Let's go in here and speak with Mr. Monte. Oh, he's neutral now. Okay. Very well. Alright, should probably actually think about sending you down, but I think I'm just gonna keep fog busting here in the northern hemisphere. That fucking bitch. So we have a bunch of faith, and I think she took cathedrals. Let's take a look. She actually has pagodas and cathedrals. We could actually go... Let's get with the pagoda. Those are always a smart buy. Unfortunately, I think I'm stuck with it, unless I come over here and take over one of their cities. And start buying missionaries and inquisitors and whatnot. We got Denmark. Denmark.
En ny udfordrer.
All right, buddy boy.
Han byder dig velkommen til sit land.
So we've got one more civ that we haven't discovered quite yet. You know, I'm wondering if I can get the Danes to attack the Chinese. But it looks like they're really hurting down here because they're still stuck on warriors. And I haven't seen any of their naval units yet. So if I do that, there's probably a good chance that they're going to get eaten alive by the Chinese. And I don't want the Chinese to get bigger and stronger. Let's take a look. Let's see if we'll do it.
Heal dig.
I want you to declare war on these fools here. No? It's too bad. Alright, so we want the... You know, it'd almost be smart to just gun down the globe theater here, because the AI always tends to get it, but I'd rather get the pizza tower. Let's just go ahead and hurry that along. You know what, as a matter of fact, we'll put the globe tower next on my list. And then after that, so we can get our, let's get our ships in the line, because I have a feeling we're gonna be warmongers really soon here. And I need to start preparing for that. Speaking of which, I probably should start building some more ships. Okay, let's send you to York, because they're really hurting on production. And send you guys home. And then what we'll do is once we get up to I think 450 faith, we'll purchase the cathedral. Or consequently, I suppose we could potentially just build another pagoda in one of our other two cities. At least that's the plan, anyways. I really need to build up my naval units here. Yeah, well, too bad, China. I'm coming for you. You know what? I might actually go after Kamehameha first and then go down there. We want the great scientist, faux show. Okay, let's take a look at our situation out here. We have 8 food. Right. So that seems like an obvious spot. There really aren't a lot of other tiles here that I'm comfortable doing it on. I suppose I could probably buy one of these tiles and just plop it down. But let's not do that. Let's send them over here. Alright, pikemen will go home and chill. We'll get a little bit of money from doing that. And where is our other civ? So it doesn't look like China's really got anything to speak for themselves. I mean, they've got their Chuko Nu. I always want to say Choko Nu. Yeah, okay, well. Better watch yourself. See, if I have China, though, then I'll have access to this entire southern region here. So we're not hurting on that. You know, I'm almost half tempted to just say screw it and just go with rationalism right now. And just do them side by side. The thing is that it'll be a long time before we finish them, because once we get our access to our ideology, we're going to have to pump into that. Let's adopt rationalism. I think that's probably the most important. I was actually thinking about not doing it this game, but it would be a shame if we didn't. Okay, so what do we got here? We got our great scientist. Let's put him down there. Absolute. I could just have popped him for the science boost just to make sure that I got navigation right away, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather have the long-term science investment. That's a smarter option. And you know what? Speaking of which, since I'm doing that, I can actually clear this forest. I know I was saying sometime in an earlier episode that I didn't really want to chop that down because there was a good chance that it was going to be a tundra tile, but it's out of our range anyway, so it doesn't really make a big difference. So I would rather just chop it down now and just get the production boost. And hopefully we'll be able to snipe the Globe Theater straight away. Be pretty sweet. Let's see here. Okay, let's start going south and southeast. Let's start going west down here in the southern portion. Because it looks like the other civ is hiding. Okay, where were you last? You were going to Zurich. Let's go ahead and just keep you going there. Very well. I really want that aqueduct as soon as possible. Because I didn't build this city. I don't get one for free. I get one for free. But I don't remember from what. I think the Hanging Gardens. No, Hanging Garden. Oh, let's take a look here. I don't remember. Okay, so it is tradition. Right. Okay, and then there's legalism, which provides the monument. Alright, let's have him come down here. Take a little look-see. These guys, like, have nothing. I really should start building some more ships. I think what I'll do is after Ironworks is done, I think I should really start building some more ships here. I need to get a couple more caravels. Let's put one there. I also need a barracks and an amphitheater. I don't remember if I actually built my heroic epic. I think I did. Looks like I didn't. That's too bad. That's something. That's one of the national wonders that I try to get out pretty quickly, simply because all of the units that you end up building at that one location end up getting the boost. Okay, so it's the Swedes.
Välkommen till Snökonungens rike.
Mr. Gustavus
Jag är
Adolphus.
Gustav Adolf, medlem av den aktade Vasaätten.
Well, I would
Fortsätt.
like your embassy, Toximacate. So the Polynesians, like I said in, I think the first or second episode when I discovered them, that's what makes them really strong, is to actually go for the diplomatic victory, because they have access to basically the sailing technology from optics here. And they can just cross ocean tiles, like, straight away. So they're in a position, like, right from the start to discover all the other civs. And that always makes them a shoo-in for this. Let's go ahead and embargo China. Okay, Byzantium would be pissed off if we did that. Let's not do our allies here. So we could do a World's Fair, which would make a bunch of people like us. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That's fine. I like that. Yes. Okay, so let's take our caravel. Try to swing them around. It looks like... You better have more to show for yourself there, Sonny boy. Wow. That is terrible. I'm wondering if they were the ones that built the Petra. Seeing that they're just... Oh, excuse me. Those are grasslands. They look like desert tiles there for a second. Okay, so I'm at Antwerp. Alright. Let's continue on. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop beating around the bush here. I think I'm just going to start pumping out the naval units here as soon as the Globe Theater is finished, and we're going to just smash some faces. It's going to make everybody hate us, though, because we're going to become warmongers. But that's okay with me. The one bad part is that once the World's Fair actually passes, and I'm assuming it's going to, I think everybody's going to say yes to it. That's going to be our main production focus, to make sure that I absolutely get it, especially since I'm leading the way in production. Because this is a very flat game. There's not a lot of terrain. It's all like grasslands, deserts. It looks like I was the one that was blessed with all of the hills and whatnot around me. And speaking of which, it looks like the only other city that might actually be worth getting is this, but it's terrible. It would only have access to, what, 3 fish, the marble, the deer, unless I put it up here, which would have access to this fish. It's god-awful. The snow tiles suck. There's just nothing there. It's just basically a land tile with no resource producer or production or modifiers or anything. I mean, you can build stuff on top of it. I mean, I guess that's the one consolation, but that's all it is. And I'm pretty sure we're probably blowing everybody away in science, too. That's where my money would be at. Okay, so we get to steal from Polynesians. We're going to get banking. Excellent. Oh, look at that. We get our chance here to finally get the opportunity to get that marble. And while it kind of sucks that we're not going to be able to actually necessarily work the tile, we're still going to get the marble luxury resource. So that's a small consolation, but it works. Awesome. I'm so happy that they did it. We're going to go wherever we want to, fool. If I put my ships, my galleasses down here, then I'll have a... Well, I think they're fine where they're at. Let me actually move them over. So anyways, I'm glad that Arabia built the Forbidden Palace and not China. Okay, so it looks like we're full up. I'm going to move you back to the hideout, yes, and then we're going to have you move to our capital since you're full strength. I really honestly don't think that there's anybody else here that I can steal from. I mean, I think I'm ahead in everything. We'll go ahead and give it a shot. But I don't think there's anything else I can acquire. Okay, let's go around here. Kuala Lumpur. And we found the Behringer crater. Very well. So it looks like the Swedes here are straight up like landlocked. They have 3 tiles here, and that's it. I don't think they have anything else. No other cities or no other land. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all of our galleasses over here, so when it comes time to upgrade them, they're already in our furthest reaches. And they're in a better position for me to actually, once they're upgraded, that is, to come over here and start taking some people out. And I'm thinking I might actually go after the Polynesians first, because it's going to give me a little leak pad here to go down here and smash their face. And also, if the French down here gives me any trouble, I mean, I'm like right here. I think that that's probably in my best interest. Oh, I hate the religious fanatics in this game. They're the worst. They're the worst. They just sit there and just bombard you with their missionaries. It just sucks when you're trying to play the actual religious game and then you've got the other one that's out competing you. It's just very frustrating. I mean, I understand that that's just part of the game, but it's just really annoying. So now that we met every civ, there's no more surprises. There is possible that there could be... Absolutely. There could be another city-state somewhere in here, but I mean, it's likely. Or maybe over here somewhere. And I'm not entirely sure if we've discovered all of the natural wonders yet. So I'm trying to do the last little bit of fog busting here.